Hello again. So from today we are going to discuss another very important topic, and that is related to the data visualization. So for visualizing our data, it is very important for us to visualize it before analyzing it by using any other methods, because visualizing it would give us the visual aspects which are related to our data, and will give us the idea how to implement different analysis or the modeling techniques which will be related to our data. Okay, so let us dive into the details of the data visualization, and in this lecture we will basically revise some basic terminologies or basic commands which are in Matplotlib, and after diving through all the commands and all the basics, we will try to visualize our data sets which are already available with us. Okay, so what is the first step? We have to import our data sets first. So the markdown here. So what is the first step? As I have earlier told you, I have to importing packages. Okay, so the first step here is to import different packages here. So in order to import our packages, the first package here is let me use the numpy, because this is by default our package to analyze different or to process different elements here. Okay, after it we have to import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. So here we will use the matplotlib library. Let me move here and removing it again and writing code here. After it, what we have to do, we have to show different datas to it. So let me first define my data set here, and the data set here, let me have x, and x is the x-axis number. So np dot linspace, and the in linspace, the first term let me call -1, the second one is 1, and the difference between these two is 0 1. Okay, and let me call y here, and or despite here, let me define it like 4 multiplied by np.py. So let me write it from -1 to np.py, or from 0 to this one. Let me call it this one, and this one here will be sinusoidal function. So here it will be like this one. Oh sorry, that is the numpy function. So np.sin. What is that? Is the linspace, not the line space. Okay, so that is not basically the difference or the numbers in between them. So let me write 1000 numbers here, and here it will be here. So let me move it to 100. So after it, what we have to do, we can use the command here, that is the plt.plot, and in using it, what we can do here, we have to first write the x-axis variable and then the y-axis variable, and after writing it, it will give us this number. Okay, after, if it doesn't show you this one, you can also write here plt.show, and here it will show you. So now you can very easily see here that it is from 0 to some point here, which I called 4 into numpy, and there are basically 100 points here with which it has to sketch our graph. Okay, so now this is a very simplified graph, and let me modify it by let me give it a title. So giving it a title, there is a command here, that is the title, and after the brackets here, sinusoidal wave. Okay, so when I will draw it, I can very easily see here that we have here the sinusoidal wave. Similarly, giving the x label and y axis label, we can also write here plt.x label, and let me call it time, and on the y I can call it, okay, that is label, I call it amplitude. Okay, so that is, you can see here that this is time and that is amplitude. Let me capitalize this T as well. Okay, so that is now time and amplitude. So in many cases here we have to show it like a graded command. So in order to show grid lines here, I can also write grid here. So after it you can very easily see here that here we have a grid command. In many cases we have this graph, we have to customize this graph to our own needs, and we have to increase the length or width of our command. So in order to do it, what we have to do before plotting it, we have to write a command that is a plt.figure, and in this we have to write a command here that is a figure size, and the figure size here, let me increase the y-axis here. Okay, so in order to increase the number of here, so 10 to 8, so now you can see that it will be increased at x-axis, but in order to increase it horizontally, so let me increase the value horizontally. You can very easily see that the number of rows has been increased. Okay, sorry, these are now increased. And similarly, if I want to stretch it, it will be like this one. So this is my graph now, and I can customize its value like this one. And similarly here in this VS Code, I have some other options here in which I can also save it and so on. Okay, so these are basically some options here. Similarly, despite just plotting it, I can give it different colors as well. So giving it different colors, let me write red here. So when I will plot it, so that is not color, that is C. Okay, so that is C, and by writing C here, I can very easily see here that it is C, and color is also like this one. Okay, so we can increase it here. Similarly, we can also increase the line width, and let me make it 5. Okay, so now you can see that the width of this line has also been increased. Okay, similarly, line style, and line style, let me call it this one. Okay, so the style is now like this one, dashed line here. Similarly, here we can also use different markers, and it will be required when we have more than one plots in our graph. So here let me write static marker here. Okay, so you can also see here that we have some statics here. Okay, so let me remove the line style, or so leave it like this one. Similarly, we can label it as well. And what is mean by labeling? Labeling means giving it a name. So now let me label it with sign. So this is the label, and we can see that nothing has been changed here. Okay, so that is the label. So after it, in order to differentiate and show you what is meant by label, let me use another command here, and I will, when I will write it beneath my command here, so what will happen, so let me call it cos of x and give it the color equal to green, and line width equal to 5, the same line width, and label it with the cosine. Okay, so after labeling it, what we have to do, we have to plt.legend. What it will do, okay, so now let me remove it till now. Let me plot it first, cause it, sorry, that is again the numpy dependency. So okay, so you can very easily see that these are two plots, but how to differentiate them, how to see that which one is which one? So in order to do it, we have to use another command here, and that is the legend command. Okay, so you will see here that after writing this command, the legend will appear here. In it will say that the sine is the red one, while the cosine curve is this green one. Okay, so that is the plotting with the Matplotlib, and I will come with some more commands and more plots in our Matplotlib command. Till then, take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon.